Y'all ready for this? Yeah! What is up, everybody, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 1 of the Nintendo PlayStation Podcast. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by my best friend in all the land, special guest host, Toby Thornton. What is that?
That's a little better this time, Bobby.
A little better. What's up, Toby? How you doing?
You got me all excited, man. Season 3.
Well, you made me to do this, you know what I mean? Like, occasionally I take your ideas.
It sounds good, man.
This will be kind of cool. We'll do this, and we'll have fun with it and stuff. What we should do is we should do seasons, and then take a hiatus for 6 months. And then come back. So we record for 6 months, and then we stop for 6, and then we come back, and people will be like, what the hell's going on?
And then we'll go on strike for a while, and then we'll come back.
So I got divorced this year, which caused our hiatus. So you got to get divorced this year.
Right.
So it's,
okay, I'll put it on my calendar.
And then next year we'll get married to each other. Right? Yeah. And that'll be the hiatus, because we got to go on our honeymoon and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then the year after that, we'll get divorced from each other. And then, then the show will end. We're done.
Good story arc. I love
it's
it.
a perfect arc. Perfect. It's a whole master plan the whole time. Yeah. Toby, how you doing, buddy?
I'm all right.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm all right.
It's amazing. Last week you had this red thing on your nose. It's still here this week.
I know. How weird is that? It just won't go away.
You can't figure that out, man. I don't know what's going on over there. Let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our Geek Outs. Toby, what are you geeking out about?
I'm geeking out.
Oi, mate, what are you geeking out about?
I'm geeking out about Stardew Valley multiplayer on Switch.
Really?
Finally checked it out with my wife. Playing local co-op is magic. You start a new farm, and when you create the farm, you pick how many people are gonna work on it with you, and depending on how many people you pick, it builds like a little house, mini house for them.
Okay.
And they live in that house, so you live in your house, and then you basically start a new farm together, and you can just work on the farm. You got the entire game is exactly as it is, but it's multiplayer.
So here's the question: do you have to play together?
You know what? I'm not sure. I don't think you do.
So I'm wondering, like, can Karina go in and farm, and then you go in later and farm, but you're farming separate? But
my only question would be that if you're not connected locally or to the internet or whatever, say I planted a bunch of crops and then I didn't connect to Karina's version and she planted crops in the same spot, how would the game react when they synced up? Like, that wouldn't work. So you must I don't know, you must have to do it together somehow. Like, maybe
cloud saves.
Perhaps.
Maybe what you do saves to the cloud, and then when Karina
the thing is, like, I was able to walk around the farm before Karina joined, so there must be something there. Maybe the host can do it, but anyone else joining
I don't know, man. That'd be awesome, though. That'd be awesome. Because think about it. You could be like, hey, I forgot to do this with the crops. Can you go take care of them?
Yeah.
That way you don't have to constantly be playing together. You could build this farm together, but you don't have to be there all times together.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty awesome.
It's funny, though, starting from scratch. Like, your characters are so meek. Like, you cut down a couple of trees, plant a couple of plants, and you're just exhausted. Like, you do one thing and your character's like, oh, I've overexerted myself. Like, I'm used to it. Yeah, because as you advance in the game, you do more things. You upgrade your character. They can last longer.
Yeah.
And they can chop wood for longer as well, boy.
I bet they can chop things for longer.
Yeah.
Never mind. Anyway. Myself, I am geeking out about... So, okay, for those that don't really understand, Toby and I are actually recording 2 episodes today. So, literally, his Geek Out, the last episode, in between these episodes, I watched his Geek Out, which is the 2018 Switch Up from Switch Island, Benji Kong, And dude, I am floored. This thing is so fantastic. I actually just shared it on Twitter. I'm actually going to put the links down in both podcasts so you guys can go check it out. Dude, it is the best thing that any indie podcaster has done in 2018. These guys, Benji Kong, home run all day long, dude. Like, I watched that video, had a smile the whole time. The Philip Mewson stuff is hilarious. Like, at first I was like, oh, what the hell is he going to do about Philip Mewson? But, dude, it was the funniest thing ever. Like, it's a dig, but it's a funny dig. It's like one of these things where you just, it's the best. The Sean Capri,
that line. Like,
yeah. It's just a mess. The Sean Capri thing, I just put a smile on my face because it's just like, dude, he's listening to our stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's just cool to get that. Like, Sean and I do shout outs on If We Ran Nintendo, and then here it is like a little nod to that, and then like the Nintendo Dad stuff. Like, it's just so good, man. It is. Go listen. It definitely is better than you can even imagine. So produced well. The video is spot on. The editing on the video is fantastic. I'm telling you, home run, man. Home run.
I would love it if we could work with him on something in the future. Like, he is.
I'm going to reach out to him. We'll get him. We'll get him on here. We'll get him on this show. Get him to come in here, and then, oh my God, I'm like, home run, dude. I can't even. I'm speechless. That's how excited I was about this video. Like, it is so good, man. It is so good. I love it. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this week we're not bringing news articles. So I'm not sure if we should do what we're playing now or after the topics. We should probably do it after the topics.
Yeah, we'll do it after.
So, last week I talked first about my topics. I'm going to send the PlayStation topic first this week, Toby. So what's your topic for today?
So I want to know, Bobby, what is your gaming comfort food right now? And what I mean by comfort food is a game that you can just eat up, that's just full of moorish gaming goodness, that isn't necessarily like your favourite game or the most polished, but you just can't get enough of it.
Ah, man, dude, it's got to be Fortnite for me. It really does. Because the thing is like, I'll get in and I'll start playing, and I go in with the intentions of, I'm just going to play a match. I just want to check the store to see what's in there. And then the next thing you know, I'm going, oh, one more match. And like, hours have gone by. I mean, dude, we did it last week, right? Yeah. We played a match, and I was like, let's just do one more. And then I didn't want to stop, man. And literally, you had to go, so we shut down, but I kept playing. Yeah. And like, it's just one of these things where it's just like, I can't. I know it's not the best game in the world. You know what I mean? Like, it's got its flaws, especially playing on the Switch. It's got its flaws. But man, I am just like in love with this game. I can't get enough of it. I'm like this close, Toby, this close to trading in my Xbox One S.
Yeah.
Upgrading to an X.
Right.
Moving that back here and playing, just using that as a Fortnite machine. And that's
really?
It. Yeah, I am. I really am.
Cow.
because I want the high fidelity graphics for that game. I'm like, I love playing on the Switch, but like it doesn't look as great as I know it could look. And it's like, and that does affect a little bit. But I mean, it passes, you know what I mean? But like, I know that the minute I play it on an Xbox One or a PS4, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, but I like the Xbox controller better than the PS4 controller. So that's why I'm thinking like to go with the Xbox One X. But I'm telling you, man, I'm so close to pulling the trigger on it. It's not even funny. And this is the game that's going to make me do it. I know it.
Yeah.
And you would think like, hey man, we got Forza Horizon 4 and all these games that are like technologically like these juggernauts. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I want to do it for Fortnite. Like, the crazy thing is when that game got announced, I never wanted anything really to do with it. I was like, it's a shooter. I don't care about it. I care less. And now I'm like literally consuming it as like I sit at nights watching Let's Plays of it. Like I watched this guy Nick Merckx play. Love his stuff. So much so that I'm like, I could do that. And here I am dropping into Tilted and getting crushed in 2 seconds because he makes it look so easy. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, God, these guys are so good, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's real funny when you watch streamers that are really good at a game like that, and they do make it look so easy. I watched this guy play PUBG, and he's getting like 15 kills in a game, and I'm like, what? Like, I could barely get 2 or 3 at most. Wow. Like
I get 1, and I'm excited. You know what I mean? Like, if I get 1 kill, I get all hyped up. If I get 2 in a match, forget about it. I'm the greatest player ever. You know what I mean? But then you watch these guys.
How it makes you feel, though.
You watch these guys, and they're like, and the crazy thing is because anytime that I've ever gotten a victory royale, it's been on the backs of I've got a couple kills that match because I'm synced in, I'm zoned in. But where that game differs is you could play one time and just be spot on perfect, right? And die, and go back the next time and literally get killed in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, that game, it takes you to God status down to weak-ass bitch status. Like, in a second. You know what I mean? Like, it really, really is a good game.
I think that's what's good, like, about those games, because they're not necessarily, like, a procedurally generated game. Like, the level is the same, although they update it. But
the procedurally generated is where they put the chests and the ammo boxes.
But like the thing that makes it real different is just where you land and where the circle goes. Like the storm. So I can see like that being real sort of, you be able to play that over and over and over again without getting bored, because it is a bit different each time.
Each time it's a different. It's kind of like when we played Zelda the first time. You went one way, I went another way, and it was just like totally same game, different tale. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm playing the same game, match to match, but ultimately it's a different story each match.
Yeah,
it just amazes me that like how a game like that, like Fortnite was DOA, man. That game was done, and all they did was just did a quick switch, changed it up, threw the battle royale in there, and totally. And give me people I know are now buying the original game.
Yeah.
The Save the World, whatever. Like the original game that Fortnite was meant to be. There's so many people I know.
No one was interested in
there's so many people buying it now. And it's like, I think there's like an exclusive skin in there that are making people go buy it.
That's why. Then.
You know, like that's just, it's nuts, man. It's nuts. What about you, Toby? What's your comfort food game?
My comfort food game right now is something I got for Christmas.
God, that garbage.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
That garbage game.
And I wasn't that interested in the game when it was being advertised. I was like, oh, like the story looks rubbish, gameplay looks repetitive. Like, because I'd liked the first two, but I felt like I'd had my fill. I was all full up on Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I saw some people made some videos about it, and I thought, actually, this looks like it could be cool. And I got it for Christmas. I was like, all right, I'm excited now. Like, I've got to check it out.
Yeah.
And it's sorry, my dogs are really distracting. They're fighting each other.
I was going to say, what the hell's going on with the dogs? You can hear them over there.
They're like running around the lounge biting each other's ears.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
it's Riley. Riley started some stuff with Yoshi.
I think Yoshi started.
Yoshi don't start nothing. Don't be like that. Don't be that parent that like here's the 2 kids in the corner fighting, and you see the second kid get involved, and you think they're starting it.
Anyway,
do you want to separate them because they're starting to get a little loud?
Are they? Oh my god!
Go take care of them.
All right.
What is going on right now? Every week with this guy. Every week we have something new with Toby that just he can't with these dogs. Like it's just ridiculous. I don't understand what's happening right now. I apologize for the break. I apologize for the stupidity of these animals that he has going on over there. One day, you know, look at the shelf behind him. If you're not watching the video, he's talking about Tomb Raider. He's got Tomb Raider lined up all over the shelves. He's got 3 Tomb Raider games on PS2. And then it looks like he has 2 from the PS1 on the side there. I like how he likes to throw the Zelda stuff in there to make it like he's a Zelda fan. It's fun.
What are you talking about?
I was talking about your background.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's pretty good, isn't it?
we don't need you to move. We've been discussing it. Me and the people have been discussing it now.
All right, cool.
Okay, so go ahead.
So Tomb Raider. Mm-hmm. This game is amazing, Bobby. Right? It is the best of the 3 Tomb Raider games. It's the gamiest of all the Tomb Raider games.
The gamiest? What does that mean?
It's an RPG, man.
Okay.
Like everything you do is a constant hit of dopamine. Like, you pick a box up off the floor that's got loot in it. You see a little XP meter fill up. You uncover some foreign, like, ancient language dialect, and little XP bar for that goes up. You come across animals, and you take these animals out and you skin them. A little XP bar goes up. Like, everything you do in this game fills up XP, and then you unlock skill points that unlock new abilities. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's just like, it's gorgeous. It's the most beautiful game I've seen in a long time. Like, I thought Uncharted 4 looked nice.
Really?
Damn, like this game, like the foliage in this game is amazing. There's like those big vistas, when you come up, you climb a big rock and then you look out into the background and it's like, oh, this is just amazing. The mud physics, that was a big like selling point of the trailers. They showed Lara jumping into like a muddy puddle, and it's kind of like the snow physics from the previous game, and the snow in Red Dead, but it's mud and it's wet mud. So you wade through it and you're pushing it around with your legs, and as you're moving, like, it's filling up with muddy water as well behind you, and it's sort of interacting with each other. It's so dynamic and realistic. Like, I love it. And then you get to the combat. Now, I'm not normally a fan of the combat in these Tomb Raider games, but it's just real satisfying this time around because they've really nailed a stealth element. You can hide in bushes and like squat around and just sort of pick enemies off. Like, that's a thing that's been going on in games for a while. Like, Assassin's Creed did that, Uncharted did that. But the new Tomb Raider gimmick is you can go against muddy vines that are growing up the side of walls and rocks and stuff. And because Lara's getting all muddy herself, she just leans into it and she becomes practically invisible. Like, her face is muddy, and you sort of just scoot along the edge of the wall.
Kind of like
guard,
kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator.
Yeah, exactly. And a guard walks by, and you peek out, you whack your pickaxe into their chest, and then you pull them around a corner. And
oh my god!
Yeah, it's brutal, man. Like, it's just, I don't know.
What is wrong with you?
I noticed it sounds like this. The audio in this game is so top notch. Like the sounds of the jungle, the birds making their funny noises, and all the rustling, the wind blowing. It's real atmospheric. But the noises Lara makes really take me back to the original Tomb Raiders on PS1. Like, when she's climbing rocks in those games and she's doing her little like handstands on the rocks and then climbing, and she goes like, they've nailed that. I know it sounds sexual, Bobby, but But
what is wrong with you?
She's just exerting herself, man. And in this game,
okay,
she sounds very similar. Like, I don't know. It makes me feel nostalgic.
Are you playing Bayonetta or are you playing Tomb Raider? What is wrong with you?
I don't know, man. I'm just getting vibes from this game.
I bet you are getting vibes. Karina's gonna be popping out another baby soon. Well, you British are all pent up, man. Holy cow.
No, seriously though, this game.
No, I am being serious, Toby. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. What's happening right now?
The tombs, Bobby.
Yeah, I bet the tombs. I bet you're going deep in the tombs.
I am. I've been deeper than I've ever been, Bobby. Like, there's tombs where you go in, and it's just so dark and scary. Like, there's this one where you go down and you go deeper and deeper down this hole, and you're like, how am I ever going to get out of this? There's wolves, like underground wolves living down there. There's like fiery, lava-y stuff. Lots of scary iconography.
Lava-y stuff.
It's like, I don't know if it's lava or it's just stuff on fire. I don't know, but like, it looks so cool because it's real contrasty with the dark environment and the light, the glow of the lava. And Bobby, like, this does something for me. I don't know what it's doing something for me. This game that no game has done for a long time. Like,
crazy.
I can talk about it for ages.
No kidding. It feels like it. Seems like it. It's all right.
And I know that the story is complete rubbish. it's just total nonsense. It's exactly the same thing as every other Uncharted game. You're going from place to place, from clue to clue, ruin to ruin, and there's some bad guy that's trying to get there first, and he's got explosives, and he don't care about the history or anything. Like, it's just all that cliche stuff. So I don't really care about the story, but it's the gameplay that's really hooked me on it.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty. Yeah. I came close to playing one, but I just always felt like, I'll just play Uncharted instead. You know,
dude, I feel like I'm enjoying this more than Uncharted.
That's great. Well, this one you have, but the other two, have you?
I mean, yeah, kind of. There's things that I don't know. This game's just special to me. Like, there's little touches in this game that the other ones don't have. Like,
the little touches that got you all excited about it, but
it's I mean, there's like a major spoiler that I really want to talk about.
No.
Something that you do in the game, but I won't touch on it. Maybe I'll talk to you after the podcast about it. But
don't do that. Especially, no, don't do that.
I just want people to check it out, man. Like, it's cheap. This is like £25 in the UK now.
That's not bad.
Like,
that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
If you're on the fence about it and you even remotely enjoyed the other ones, I think this one you enjoy a lot more.
Maybe check it out. Maybe I'll check it out. We'll see. I don't know what I get it on, either Xbox or PS4.
And what's really cool is that, you know, you can adjust the difficulty of the combat, the exploration, and the puzzles individually.
You just have a regular PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
You don't have a Pro.
I don't have the Pro, but it still looks gorgeous.
No, I know. I'm just wondering because I'm thinking, like I said, I'm thinking about upgrading to an X.
Dude, if you got this on Xbox with an X,
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
your eyeballs would melt.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna. The more I'm talking about it today, the more I'm thinking about. I'm gonna go to GameStop today and trade in my Xbox One S, get an X, and then just dive in back here, hook it up, and then I'll stream that occasionally. And so I just got to figure out a way to be able to stream both at the same time. You know, so I can easily bounce back and forth. It's not a chore to go from Nintendo to Xbox. Oh, yeah. But I guess I just get it at that. Whatever. I'll figure that out later. But anyway, so my topic is with Nintendo bringing Animal Crossing. This is what we know of so far. So this is, you look at Animal Crossing, you look at Yoshi, you look at Fire Emblem, Bayonetta 3, and a new Pokemon game coming in 2019. People feel like 2018 was a bit of a lull in terms of because from Nintendo, not from as an overall consensus, but from Nintendo itself, they feel like it was a lull. What else do you want to see come in 2019 to put it on par with 2017? Or do you think they're in good shape with the lineup that they've announced so far? So is there anything else that you think that Nintendo really needs to do in order to pick it up a little bit? Because when I think back to 2017, what I think is start with Zelda, kind of end with you really end with Xenoblade Chronicles, if you want to be fair. So you start the year with Zelda, you end with Xenoblade Chronicles, and every single month we got a major Nintendo release after that. So, and for the most part, the major releases were brand new games. Now you start with Zelda, you get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is basically a port. We get Splatoon, we get ARMS, we get Mario Rabbids, we get Mario Odyssey, Fire Emblem Warriors. There was a bunch of games. Like every month they were hitting something big and bold. And then you had the third party just kind of filtering in between. This year was more like a lot of ports coming through, but a lot of first party or third party games really bring in the thunder this year. So next year I look at it as I think Nintendo needs to kind of get back to that. But those games that I announced, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games right now that are first party, brand new, exclusives this year. Mm-hmm. What do you see anything else that you think Nintendo needs to bring?
Yeah, I think they need just one game. Mm-hmm. It needs to be a Zelda game.
Okay.
Because previously, like every year, something Zelda related was coming out. Up until Breath of the Wild, like it was like every year, whether it was a spin-off Zelda title or a HD remaster, it was just every year we got something Zelda related.
Yeah.
2018, we didn't get anything.
Yeah.
So I feel like this year we need something Zelda related, whether that's a 2D Zelda or maybe ports of the HD ones or a Skyward Sword HD port. Just something Zelda related. I think that would make me happy. Like other ports as well, like a Mario Maker port would be real good. Mutant Year Zero, that game I was telling you about on Xbox Game Pass, they've expressed interest in bringing it to Switch. I'd be so happy if they brought that over.
For me, I think the only thing I want a top-down Zelda. I want an HD top-down Zelda game.
Yeah,
like I would be so hyped for that. Like I know that there was a rumor about a top-down Zelda game coming to 3DS last year. Well, that was in 2017. It was that big rumor. Marcus Sellers was talking about it. A bunch of people were talking about it, and it never showed, never arrived. I really hope that Nintendo put a pause on that, and we're like, hey, we're going to put this out in 2019 on the Switch, top-down Zelda game. No more 3D. We're just going to really... Because, man, I would die for that. Like, I think back to how I felt the first time I saw Link to the Past, right? So, we got the original Zelda, loved it to death. Then we got Zelda 2, which I love. I think that's a great game, but I know people are kind of on the fence about it and don't like it. And then we got Link to the Past. And when Link to the Past hit, it was like, oh my God, this is fantastic. Like, this is unbelievable. I would love that again. I would love this fantastic HD rendered, doesn't have to be pixel art, make it rendered HD, like top down, just awesomeness. And man, I would lose my mind in that game. I would go ballistic in it. And it doesn't, like, you can go back to the formulaic way of, like, dungeons, weapons, all that stuff. Yeah, I would. God, I would die
what if
for
they
it.
did like a sequel to Link's Awakening from Game Boy?
That's not a big one to me. You know what I mean? Like, I know people are excited. To me, that game is whatever.
All right. Well, I think that's amazing. Zelda
No, listen. I know it has a huge following. When I just don't get excited for that game. You know, for me, Link to the Past is the be all end all.
Yeah, I agree. That's the best Zelda. Link Between Worlds was amazing as well. Like,
Yes.
that is a total comfort food game.
Yeah.
Like, talk about comfort food.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's exactly. That's weird.
What?
I have to go check that after this. Said my payment settings were changed in Google AdSense. I mean, somebody must have hacked my system.
Dude.
Weird. Yeah, that's a little different. I didn't change anything. So
Dude, that's bizarre.
Yeah.
Do you want to look at it now?
No, I'll check it after this. Ain't a big deal.
You know what Nintendo need to do in 2019? Waluigi for Smash. Just get it out of the way.
Nope.
Just do it.
Nope.
Just
nope,
do it, man.
Nope. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nope.
Dude, the fans would go wild.
Nope.
People want it. There's going to be rioting in the streets.
Nope. Don't want it.
Why not, Bobby?
I don't want
it. It's amazing.
Nope. Don't give the fans what they want on that one.
Oh my gosh.
Don't give them people what they want. They're just no. I like it better when people are mad and crying about it. I don't want that character. No, we don't need him. He's garbage. Anyway, I'll tell you what a game that I really want, that I feel like should come in 2019. It would be a perfect filler, is Mario Golf. Mario Golf, I think, would be a fantastic game to bring.
Only if it was like Golf Story, and it was like an adventure.
I liked what they did with Mario Golf on the 3DS. I thought that was fantastic, man. Really was. The tournaments were spot on, man. When you played them tournaments and you set up tournaments with friends, it was so much fun, dude. Like, that, to me, is perfect.
Dude, what if they did a sequel to Mario plus Rabbids? If they turn that around quickly within 2 years, like,
I think I'm pretty sure they could be working on that already. To be honest with you, I think. Listen, you know Ubisoft. They are a not waste any time type of company. They will run them assets into the ground,
Yeah.
And I mean, look at they. Am I wrong though? Like,
No,
think about it, man. You think about it, man. Assassin's Creed. How many did they churn out year after year after year? Like, that's a company.
I recognize that tree.
that game is built for just, or that company is built for just turning over and turning around game. And the success that they found with that, dude, it wouldn't even surprise me if they came out with a new Starlink this year that's just Star Fox.
If they did a new Mario Rabbids, but each of the, instead of like, get rid of any of the bosses, like have them all Cooper Kid themed.
Yeah,
like that would be amazing.
Yeah, I listen. I like you, but you didn't get the Donkey Kong DLC, did you?
Not yet. I'm saving it.
Okay. I want to go back and play that game again. I want to go back and beat that game. I might stream that and go back and actually spend more time with that, because I played up to a certain level, and then you know what happened? I struggled just a little bit, and then I listened to everybody tell me how hard the game gets in the next level, I stopped.
The funny thing is, there's certain challenges you come across, like certain battles that seem impossible, and as soon as you finally beat it, like the next couple of ones after that get easy again. Yeah. Like there's these weird little difficulty spikes in that game.
Yeah, I have to go back and play it again, but I can't play it now because I have no idea where I am. I don't know what the heck.
Yeah.
I can't figure out. I wouldn't be able to figure out the characters and the moves, so it's best for me to go back to the beginning, play it again. But dude, I love those characters, man. Those Rabbid characters. Princess Peach Rabbid is the best. Yeah. She is fantastic, man.
Full of personality.
Absolutely. Yeah. Is there anything else you think? Because see, I think when I look at this and I think Pokemon, right? I think like that. A new Pokemon game is going to be massive.
They need Dragon Quest 11.
Well, that's coming. That's coming.
So that needs to come out though. Definitely. And
I'm actually excited for that one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I really am.
They showed a trailer of it, and graphically, it's very similar
to.
You can see to the PS4, but
the PS4.
Yeah. It's very similar to that. Slight downgrade, but you wouldn't be able to tell unless you put them next to each other. Yeah. Like, it still looks great.
Well, I mean, you also got to remember this game was actually on the 3DS as well.
Was it that one? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's like a totally different version. Right?
Well, the thing is, like, it was very close to it. Like, different art style completely. But, like, the cutscenes felt like they were very samey. Just different art styles. Yeah. One was more rendered, one was more pixel art. So, but, you know.
I think, as well, we need to see more third-party games day and date.
Well, like, Mortal Kombat's coming out this year.
Like
and that's
that.
Day and date, yeah.
So we need more of that stuff, because these late versions coming out, like, I don't think that's very good.
It's not going to continue to fly. Right now, they're getting away with it, because the main thing is that people are just like, well, I want to play it on the go. You know, like, I'll take a slight downgrade in graphics if I could play it on the go. And more or less, the people that dictate whether this works or not are the media, right? And the media are the ones that are flying across the country all the time. So when you have like a Greg Miller who could play Doom on his PS4 or Doom on the Switch, he's going to pick Doom on the Switch because he can...
Yeah, exactly. If Persona 5 came to Switch, I'd be so much more likely to play that game.
Yeah,
because just RPGs are so much better on handhelds.
Absolutely. I love the ability to play it on the TV, play it on the go. It's with the best time for me to play RPGs is when I'm on the toilet. And like that's I can actually do a little grinding,
pins and needles.
Yeah, man, I can do some grinding on there, and it's so the thing is like that's. But all joking aside, like that's the ideal thing. Like if I go to my mom's house and we're sitting there and we're talking or whatever, or we're just hanging out, like I could play just mindlessly grind, and not because grinding you don't need to be in the game more or less. You're just battling stuff. So that's why RPGs are great. Where in those modes, you know what I mean? Like, the other day I put a picture up on Instagram, and I was editing a podcast, watching IGN, NBC, and playing Octopath. And people are like, how are you doing all three? And I'm like, well, the editing's done. It's just exporting. So that's working on its own. I'm grinding, so I don't have to listen to anything that's happening in Octopath.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to NVC. And I got the TV down below, the big TV, so I can kind of see or whatever's going on. And it's like, I don't have to be, like, to me, that's the time to do stuff. When you're grinding, that's the time to listen to podcasts and do other stuff.
There's only like one thing I can't do with multitasking like that is if I'm reading an article or something, like if reading anything and listen to a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I completely zone out of the podcast. Yeah. Like I can't, like, it's like I'm not even listening to it. And then I'm like, I have to go back on the podcast because I didn't take any of that in.
Mm-mm. The only thing I used to do when I read was, because I used to read books a lot, and I would like turn music on, but real, real low. Yeah. And I really would listen to a lot of instrumental, like game music during that to kind of set the tone and all that stuff. Yeah, and have it real low, and then burn a candle, dim the lights down, and just really get into a good romantic love story. Yeah, love Nicholas Sparks book all day long, man. Listen, that was back in the day, man. I used to read them books. Yeah, I used to read them books. I used to sit there and cry like a little baby. It's horrible. Terrible. All right, so Toby, what you been playing, man?
Well, I've been playing Tomb Raider, obviously.
Of course.
The other day we checked out the new map on PUBG, Vikendi.
Oh, okay. This is
the snow map.
Okay.
Like, whoa, we got a chicken dinner the first night that I played it with them.
Really?
Yeah. So that was cool.
Did you see? I don't know if you know who Frank Clark is.
No.
He was in NVC for a while, still is, and in the NVC group, Facebook group, and I'm friends with him. I've been friends with him for years now. His son got, I guess, his first chicken dinner in PUBG, and he went out to KFC and bought like did a big chicken dinner and brought it home for his son to celebrate. It was pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
But this map though is real good. Like it makes such a nice change just to have snow, and it's really cool. You leave footprints behind you when you walk, and after a while they disappear in the snow. But it's a good way of telling if someone's nearby recently.
Nice.
You have little snowmobiles instead of like motorbikes. There's like frozen lakes you can run across. You got to be more like aware of what you're wearing as well. Because I started off that night because it was public test server, and they give you a bunch of battle points where you can get loot boxes for free, basically, because none of it is saved on your actual profile. So I just opened a bunch of loot boxes, and I got like this real dominatrix like stuff from these loot boxes, right? Because I've got a female character in the public test server. I don't know why. It's just what they give you when you start off. But
what is happening?
But anyway, so I got these like shiny leather trousers, right? Like black leather, and this black top. I've got like a German World War II officer's cap type thing from it's like black with red around it. So it's got, I don't know if it's got a skull on it or not. And then I had like a mask on, like a gas mask on. So my character's like well scary looking. But it didn't work out because I was all black.
Yeah, on the way, and they see this black thing running by, and they're like, okay.
Yeah, so
you see this guy.
Changed my outfit to a nice white outfit, so I blended in a bit more. But yeah, it was good fun.
All right, so we'll just go back and forth. We'll go back and forth.
All right.
Okay, so the first game I want to talk about is Bastion.
Oh, Bastion. You know, I never got into that. I tried, but I never could.
Dude, I like it. I was like, it was on sale on Nintendo during the whole eShop sale in December. Man, I picked it up for real cheap. And so good, dude. I love the fact that I'm running around the map, and there's like this voice narrating everything. And it's like, it's funny because the stuff that I'm doing, it's narrating it, but it's like funny commentary.
Yeah.
And I like it, man. It's cool how the world like kind of lifts up as you're running and stuff. Yeah. And it's just, the bosses aren't that bad, like that. They're not that super difficult. It's a kind of like a oh man, trying to think, like a Binding of Isaac type game where you're
Mm-hmm.
going in and you're like shooting stuff that are coming at you from all these different angles, and it's a good game, man. It's a really good game. If you can pick it up, Supergiant Games puts it out. Go get it, man. It's a really, really good game.
Yeah, I've got it on PC.
Okay.
Just couldn't get on with it on PC. I don't know. It's just the Xbox controller. Like maybe I'd find it better on Switch. I don't know, but yeah, like I don't know. It is a good game. I know it's good, and it scored well back in the day. So.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
What do you got? Anything else?
I'm playing the Spyro HD remaster.
Really?
Yeah, I got it for Karina for Christmas and watched her play it for a bit, and then I took my turn and I played it.
Only you, dude. Only you. Only you. Hey, Karina, this is for you for Christmas. And then you're like,
Dude,
she's
she
looking the other way.
wanted
Like,
to,
okay.
I know she mentioned wanting to try it out, so I thought I'll get it for her, and then I'll be able to play it as well.
You are trash. You're like, look, Karina, look what I got you. This is great. Yeah. And then you're like pushing her to open it to play it, so that way you can then grab it and steal it. You're a scumbag.
But dude,
you are a
that
real
is a good
piece
game.
of trash.
It's like an old school like game. The story is nonsense. Like there's barely any story. It's all about gameplay.
Yeah.
You know, you're just running around collecting gems, jumping over gaps, killing enemies. Like, yeah, it's very simple, but it's very fun.
That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah,
How's it look? Does it look really good?
Oh man, it looks great. Looks really, really, really
You
good.
think that's going to come to Switch?
Yes, I reckon it will. Yeah.
I did buy Crash. Did I tell you I bought Crash for
No.
Switch? Never played it, but I bought
Oh
it.
yeah. Actually, you said you bought the controller.
I got it for the controller. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm trying to think here what I could go to. I restarted Breath of the Wild.
Dude, I thought about doing that, but it wipes your save file.
Well, I have a second account. If you make another
I might just do
profile, I almost did that the other night because I was streaming. I wanted to stream something different, and I was like, "Man, I've been getting this itch to just go back into Hyrule and just play that game again." And so I did. And
how easy is it to set up an account? It's been so long since I did it.
it's not that hard. It's not that hard at all. I actually have a Japanese account.
Yeah.
I created a Japanese account because I just wanted to go into their eShop and see what they had over there.
Yeah.
There was some kind of risque games that I was looking at, and
Of course. Some upskirt games, yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, let me go check these out. But no, I actually, all seriousness, I actually got the Dragon Quest Builders 2 demo from there and played that as well this week.
Yeah.
And it's really, it's not that difficult. But Breath of the Wild, so I dove in. Man, oh my god, dude! It's a little different playing the game a second go around, where when you kind of get the gist and you know what's coming.
Yeah.
Because I'm going through areas that I remember. Yeah. I'm very similarly playing as I played the first one.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to. I am finding areas that I've never found in the first one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's a lot of areas that you miss.
But in the early stages, you're weak, man. And the problem is your mind, you're thinking you're still strong and you could do some damage, but you're really still very weak. And you get in there and it's like,
yeah, you can barely climb anything.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I fell a couple times. Because I'm thinking like, oh, I can make that. And then you start climbing like, oh, wow, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to, come on, Link. And it's like, you're just shy.
Dude, the, what is the mountain that's like the two peaks and you go through the valley?
Yeah.
That, climbing that mountain for the first time when I was strong enough to do that was such an achievement. Like the feeling of being able to do that.
You know, the crazy thing is in this game, in this playthrough, because of what I learned in the first playthrough, I find myself doing different things with the orbs. I'm going straight stamina in this one. Because I'm like, I could survive with 3 hearts in the early going. Like, there's not a lot. Like, when you recognize that the shrines aren't battles, there's no bosses in the shrines, you could just kind of work through but the stamina you really need to be able to explore.
Yeah.
And because when I played the first time, it was, I need hearts, I need hearts, I need hearts. And once you recognize it, like, you don't need hearts. You need stamina. You need to build yourself up
because
to go do stuff.
you can cook stuff that gives you extra hearts.
Yes, exactly. But you don't recognize that in the early goings. You don't realize that.
Yeah, man. If I was to play it again, I would go straight to the rainy jungle, or like rainforesty type area, because they have a lot of bananas there.
Yeah.
And bananas are real great for like getting your strength up.
Yeah.
So any tough encounters you come across, just scoff down those nanas.
Yeah. You're about scuffing down nanas. Now, it's been enjoyable. I've been streaming it, so I haven't been playing a whole lot off stream.
Yeah.
But like if I'm in an area where it's just like, this is kind of boring to stream, I'm just gonna zip through. It's been fun. And the crazy thing too is like Kurok seeds as well. Been finding a lot of Kurok seeds where I didn't find them in the early goings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just never start. And I'm seeing them now where it's like, oh, I think I got like 10 already, and like I never had that many that quick. And like seeing them in places I never saw them before.
Yeah.
Like, it's just craziness, man. It's such a good game, man. But the weird thing, though, too, is because I have the DLC, everything is being flooded. Like, at this one point, I had all these updates coming in as I'm playing. And it's like, oh, this quest is open now, and this quest is open now.
That's annoying.
Well, it's not that bad. It goes through pretty quickly. But it was like, I'm sitting there going, like, what did I do to trigger these quests? I'm like, oh, this is all DLC stuff. I'm like, okay, this is cool. What about you? Anything else?
I played the Katamari Reroll HD demo.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Never played a Katamari game before, and this one, I don't know. It's okay.
It's trash.
It's not as fun as I thought it was going to be. I wouldn't call it a waste. It's a unique game, and especially the way you control it, like because you're pushing the ball around, and you basically just only use the sticks. So if you want to push it forward, both sticks go forward. If you want to go left, you push the left stick back and the right stick forward. So it's like you're moving your shoulders.
Oh, that's weird.
You know, like the sticks are on your shoulders, basically. So if you want to turn right, then the left stick goes forward, your left shoulder goes forward.
Oh, man, no.
And the right stick goes back.
No.
It's real weird, because you can press left and right on both sticks, and you sort of sidestep. So it takes a while to get used to. But
yeah, that would mess me up, man.
Yeah, but I mean that's the point of that game. Like that game is all about movement. Like you just going around the level picking things up. So if the movement was real simple, it'd probably be boring.
You lost me, Tobes. You lost me. You lost me. Not gonna happen. No. Firewatch. Stream some Firewatch this week
on
the Switch.
Oh, you got it on Switch?
I did.
How does it run?
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
There's still some stuff with it. There's still some issues.
Yeah.
But I played with the C-bands. I felt like I got much deeper in this game than I did when I played on the PS4. PS4, I played up until the very beginning where you spot the girls skinny dipping in the lake. Yeah. And I had to shut it down because I was ready to throw up all over the place. It was bad. This one, I got into Chapter 2.
Cool.
And I started getting like a slight headache over my eyes. And because I was streaming, I was like, okay, guys, I'm going to stop right now. We're going to put a pin in it. I'll come back later. Yeah. And so I just stopped because that's the telltale. When I start to get like a slight headache, if I keep pushing through,
uninstall.
I'll get sick. But I'm like, hey, man, I got to Chapter 2. But, man, the voice acting is phenomenal in that game.
Oh, definitely, man.
It is so good, man. Really, really good game. So far, I'm like, wow, why did I stop playing this before? Because the story is actually pretty good. Now, I know that I've heard some conflicting stuff that the payoff isn't that great at the end.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Don't just go into it not expecting.
Yeah, I'm not expecting like this home run. But so far, the buildup of the story has me like really excited. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. But I'm gonna play some.
I mean,
more
it's funny because they lead you along like it's gonna turn into something.
Yeah.
And really, it's not about that. It's not about the story in that way. It's about other things. And it took me a while to realize that.
Yeah. Anything else you're playing?
Not really. I mean, Karina got me Hitman 2 on PS4, but I've not checked it out yet. So
Let me ask you a question, because last week when we ended, well, at this point, it's by the time people listen to this, it's like a couple weeks, but whatever, I don't care. When you and I played Fortnite together, what were your impressions on that?
I enjoyed it. I think I'd rather play it with a pro controller because I don't know, like the aiming felt a bit weird.
You were playing handheld.
Handheld, yeah.
Yeah, so, that's not the best way to play that.
But I had fun. Like, mainly just because I'm just messing about with my mate. So
exactly, I understand, and that's honestly for me. That's where that game becomes. It's almost like PUBG. Like playing PUBG alone, I'm sure is a totally different experience.
Oh yeah,
when you play with your boys, you know what I mean. And that's like I would love. I'm telling you, I would love to get me, you, and Drummy playing some Fortnite. Because I think we would have
Mike's not into Fortnite. Like
Mike doesn't know. That's why. Mike doesn't know.
Because he was playing. You know that day we played it. Mm-hmm. I signed into my PS4 and I saw Mike was playing Fortnite. I was like, "What? Mike doesn't like Fortnite." So I sent him a message. I said, "Dude, what are we playing Fortnite for?" I was just playing it with Bobby. And he's like, "Oh yeah, my sister wanted to play it with me." So he's playing it with his little sister. And I said, "All right, well, what do you think then?" Like. And he's like, it sucks. Like, he hates it. Like, he was going on and on about all these awful things. And when you compare it to PUBG, it's very different. And I don't enjoy it anywhere near as much as I do PUBG, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think as a little sort of casual run around chatting nonsense to your mates, like, it works. Yeah. It's a fun game.
I enjoy it. I would like to I'm going to have to message Drummy and be like, come on, man, let's just play. Because I think the three of us playing it would be a blast.
I think we'd have fun.
I think we'd have a lot of fun with it. So that is all. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Nintendo PlayStation Podcast. Season 3, Episode 1 is in the books. You can follow Mr. Toby Thornton over on the Twitters at Toby's_take. You can follow me over on Twitter at Nintendo Gurus. Check us out on nintendoguru.com. That is all. Peace out, Preston.
Oh, bye. Sorry, I forgot I was supposed to say bye.
Bye. Bye.
there's like lag on your video. Like your audio's fine, but your video, like for the whole podcast, is like 3 or 4 seconds behind. It's really.
Really?
It was the same last week. It's probably just something to do with Skype.
But it's not when you actually watch it back, right?
No,
it's the internet lag.
Yeah,
because on the recording end, it doesn't seem like there's any problem. Like I'm looking at the thing here, and there's no. Hey. Yeah,
you're like a second or two behind for me. So.
Well, just shut down the video then. Don't have to tell you, bro. Don't have to tell you, bro. I ain't gonna. You ain't bringing me down, Toby. You're not bringing me down this week.
All right.
You already started your nonsense last week.
My topic, your topic,
and then we're playing,
and what we're playing. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta think about what my geek out is. I mean, I really should just do the Benji Kong thing because that thing is just fantastic, and I'm like flipping.
Yeah, do a double dip.
Let's do a double dip. I'm gonna like, cause okay. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 1 of the Nintendo PlayStation Podcast.